fell into a burning, exploding volcano, and it flowed.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
Another one bites the dust. Do. Another one bites dust.
I need a hero. I need a hero.
Stop that. No more singing. That's enough. Welcome back, everyone, to our latest Marvel Plus review show of Loki, titled
Chaos Control!
And it is the third episode. We are about halfway through the season now. And oh man, has everyone been losing their collective shit over this new Loki? Or as I like to call her, Ram. Whee!
Stop that.
Hubba. Mm-hmm. What? I can't help that she's hot. So today's episode is called Lamentis. Last time we saw that Loki had followed the variant into another dimension, pretty much leaving Mobius and the rest of the TVA behind, and in the process, pretty much fucking up all of time and space. So yeah, things are probably going to be exploding around them, but in the meantime, we get to see Loki interact with this new variant. I've heard a lot of people call her by different names. Some people call her Lady Loki. Some people call her, was it Sylvie? Or something like that. And a lot of people are saying that, oh, she's not actually Loki. She's a character called the Enchantress. Everyone's throwing out their own names out there. Again, we're just going to go by AU Loki for now until...
Rule 34 Loki.
Yeah, until she tells us her actual name, then we'll change it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Spoilers galore that I've tried to ignore. Thankfully, nothing too blatant, although... I gotta say, I'm really looking forward to their interactions, because, I mean, Tom Hiddleston by himself is just, his performance is gold. I can only imagine how two of them are gonna be like. I'm
kind of looking forward to these, multiple timeline branches, and I assume, Loki's gonna hide in them, and get up to shenanigans.
I'm just waiting for the moment when Mobius shows up and finally finds Loki, and he'd be like, Loki, you got some splendid to do!
Oh, so WandaVision crossover?
Sure, why not? I mean, technically speaking, Tom Hiddleston and Elizabeth Olsen have been in a movie together before, so... So let's get started, shall we? Let's see the Loki bondingness happen. So, play. I heard Roxxcar is apparently a cover for Hydra, one of their corporations. Kind of disconcerting they still exist in 2050. Once again, the questionable music. At least this one's catchy.
So it permeates the roof of your mouth and freezes the synapses in your brain, so your memories are literally frozen in place.
That's a terrifying thought.
It is!
She kind of reminds me of an evil doctor.
Does kind of have a Jodie Benson resemblance, too.
Even the accents are similar. The doctor was Loki all along. I'd believe it. Ooh, she can fight. Where did you get those?
Remember, what's her name, Mobius was gonna give them to him.
Oh, right,
and then the one soldier took them.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Man, these solos are embarrassingly ineffective.
A few questions. Are you sure you're a Loki?
You're in my way.
You are my way.
This is the way.
But now I see you lack vision.
Meh.
I mean, she's not Wanda.
She probably knows she's gonna betray herself.
Come any closer and I'll kill him.
Okay.
Go for it.
Whee! It's Loki, the god of falling.
But he hasn't been falling for 30 minutes.
Give him time. Bits!
Working.
What happens when you don't charge that shit? Whoa, where are they?
Roll credits.
Is that a broken planet?
I don't know where you hid that 10-pack, but if you blow up, it blows up, and then I end up blown up.
So we're team now?
Everyone's slow. Whoa. This just took a turn. she looked
You're
at
trying to
me,
enchant me.
and I looked at him, and she looked at me,
It won't work.
and I looked at him.
I do have the Tempad. I'm not going to get very far. If it keeps trying to kill me every 30
Well,
seconds.
you're full of it because you need me to get that thing recharged. That's the only reason you saved me out there.
Maybe.
She has a
Yeah.
point.
I mean, sure. That too.
I'll kill you then.
Or I'll kill you. Where are you going?
No, I'll kill you.
There's power
I'll
somewhere.
kill you to death.
We just need enough of it to travel through interdimensional time and space.
Good, because that's not who I am anymore. I'm Sylvie now.
Okay,
Oh, you
so
changed your name. Brilliant.
It's called an alias.
What's not very Loki like?
their whole conversation has been, you're me, I'm not you, but you are me, I'm not you.
They did, it was in vain. Okay, hand it over.
Nope.
Pitiful.
Amateur.
I'm not giving it to you. You're going to have to try harder than that.
Was it kryptonite?
Brute force is no substitute for diplomacy and guile. It's remarkable that you ever made it as far as you did. Sorry about that.
Don't be. I enjoyed it.
Oh, I did too. But I can assure you, despite my acquaintance behaving like an animal, we mean you no harm. We're simply weary travelers.
Sure you are.
I see through your bullshit. Seriously, dude.
Hello, dear.
Patrice?
It's been a long time. You're as beautiful as ever.
Yeah.
Patrice never said a thing that nice in 30 years. You're no travelers. Devil.
Where is everyone?
The Ark. The evacuation vessel.
Something like that would have enough juice to repower the Tempad.
So the Transformers got them?
How did we get there?
This guy's helmets.
The Ark leaves tonight, and we've been waiting in line for hours.
You're glad I don't look stupid in this.
We're doing this one my way. Oh, look.
Like someone with a shit plan.
It's a great plan. Just follow my lead.
They're only giving tickets out to the wealthy. What about us?
So you're shoving that message in there, huh?
Taking this one to Saru.
Okay. And the tickets?
Orders come from the top to get her on this train.
Sir, this...
Everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Yeah, I just remembered that headquarters radioed in their request for them this morning.
Okay.
Whew.
Okay.
This works. Ding.
Good evening, passengers. Hi.
Why would you even say anything?
Well, I never sit with my back to a door.
What? There are doors on both sides.
Just sit down.
I do know some people like that.
FYI, that wasn't even a plan.
You can't sleep on a train.
No, I can't sleep around untrustworthy people.
Oh, right. Not me.
But you feel free to take a nap.
Nice try. No, she's not actually. I was adopted. Is that a bit of a spoiler for you? Sorry about that.
No, I knew I was adopted.
What? I told you.
Yeah. Did they not tell you?
No. Tell me about your mother.
I barely remember her. Just blips of a dream at this point.
You know, when I was young, she'd do these little bits of magic for me. And turn a flower into a frog or cast fireworks over the water. And it all seemed impossible. But she told me that one day I'd be able to do it too, because I could do anything.
Not bad.
Nah.
She was the kind of person you want to believe in you.
Sounds like she does.
Well, she did. Where did you learn to do the
I taught myself.
You taught yourself that magic.
Yeah, I did.
Sure you did.
You just go into their minds and project some sort of illusion.
Really, it'd be easier if I just shut.
Enchanted me and make you give you the 10
No.
you leap out of the living train. No, thank you.
Well, I don't ask. Okay. Champagne?
Ah, yes, thank you very much.
No, I'm good, thanks.
Oh, I'll take us. Cheers.
Everybody have a drink.
A pity the old woman chose to die, don't you think?
She was in love.
She hated him.
Maybe love is hate.
Just remember that.
She's not wrong.
What was that? Love is hate.
Oh, piss off.
Was there a lucky bow waiting for you at the end of this crusade?
Yeah, there is actually.
Oh.
Managed to maintain quite a serious long-distance relationship with a postman whilst running across time from one apocalypse to another.
And with charm like that, who could resist you?
How about you? You're a prince. Must have been would-be princesses.
Good
What about
question.
prince?
A bit of both. I suspect the same as you. But nothing ever...
Real.
Or is that a loaded
Love
question?
is mischief, then.
Love is... something I might have to have another drink to think about.
Discuss their mothers, their background, possible boyfriends / girlfriends. I'm liking the dialogue between them so far. He's drunk. Doing the Zemo dance. Sounds like he's singing a song from Lord of the Rings.
I imagine it's an old Asgardian.
Old Norse song. Strangely hot when he's speaking another language.
Just tell me, everybody!
See, he does take after his brother.
Yeah. I think that's how they did it in Asgard, though. Everyone, as soon as they finished, they'd be like, "Nada!"
I need you to try this.
It's the highest compliment.
Well, you just have to take my word in the figure, Paul.
Where's your uniform? We're meant to be laying low.
Nobody cares. It's the end of the world.
I think something's happening.
Yes. That planet is about to crash into us.
Don't be an arse. I saw some people looking at you weirdly.
What? Love is a dagger. It's a weapon to be wielded far away or up close. You can see yourself in it. It's beautiful. Until it makes you bleed. But ultimately, when you reach for it,
It isn't real. Love is an imaginary dagger.
it doesn't make sense, does it? I thought I had something there.
I like the metaphor.
Can I see your tickets?
You don't need
You get-
tickets.
Did
Hello. Tickets. Here they
you
are.
just conjure one up? What?
Oops. Hey.
Ooh, stabbed him with her tiara. I like it though. Sailor Moon never do that. I just really all the guards kind of look like off-kilter Cobra Commanders.
They do. Hell no, bruh.
Hell no, bruh. Gave you a weapon, dude. Take it. Let me exit via the door.
I sure hope you're relatively close.
You got a lot of walking to do.
Well, I'd like to take quite the trouble.
You arsehole. You killed us!
Maybe we can fix it. Okay?
Did you enjoy your temper tantrum, diaper baby?
Did the scream make you feel better?
Yes, it did. We should try it sometime.
Nothing like a good scream.
Scream.
Ah!
What now? What about the Ark?
The Ark never leaves because it's destroyed.
Never had us on it.
So what, we hijack the Ark and make sure it gets off this moon?
I mean, sounds like a good idea to me.
It's the only plan you have at this point.
So are you accidentally gonna save people?
Possible. Unless they just hijack it themselves before.
I mean, that is highly possible.
I feel like I've told you so much about me. We don't know the first thing about you.
Thanks for the tactical advantage.
So you're going to use that tactical advantage to kill me when the TVA shows up.
Worried, are you?
I just need to know if I can trust you.
Really can't.
Okay, fine. In order to preserve the connection, I have to create a fantasy from their memories.
That's similar to the Jedi mind trick.
That young soldier from the TVA had to pull a memory from hundreds of years prior, before she even fought for them.
What? What did you say?
Huh.
Before she joined the TVA?
Wait.
She was just a regular person on Earth.
A regular person?
Loved margaritas.
Was she a
I was
variant?
told that everyone who works at the TVA was created by the Timekeepers.
That's ridiculous. They're all variants, just like us.
Aha! There's the rub. I should have known Mobius was fucking lying about that. There's no way that a group like that could be that incompetent if they were made from the TVA.
Okay.
It's like underground retro Tokyo or something. Oh shit, there's the planet. I said, really good camera work in this scene. It's been one continuous shot. And it's still going.
What is this, 1917?
Oh god, imagine if they shot an entire episode like that. Run away! Run away! Oof.
Well,
Well, fuck.
whoops.
Whoopsie. Looks like Jeff Bezos' rocket isn't going anywhere. Well, ain't that a bitch? So, who wants a drink? They're just ending it there? What the fuck? And then everybody died. The end. God, this music. Oh man, I just had a thought. They're all variants. There's as many of them as there are Infinity Stones. What if each of them had taken an Infinity Stone?
So you're a variant.
So you're all variants. Is that a lightsaber? That was a fucking downer to end on. Here I was enjoying the episode too. Like, what the hell, man? I get they're in a doomsday scenario, but you think they'd Loki their way out of it. But no, like, they didn't even have a chance. They barely even got to the ship and then... I'm guessing we're gonna need some TVA Deus Ex Machina to get them out of this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, Mobius finds them.
I imagine, I mean, with all the branches of timeline, they're probably looking at every single one, trying to figure out where the hell they're hiding in. Plus, you know, they did infiltrate the TVA, which means somebody, you know, must have tipped them off. They probably have, like, traces of whoever goes in and out of that place. So I have questions. So, pretty much everyone in the TVA is a variant, then?
That would be what it seems.
Like, it makes sense when you think about it, because if the Timekeepers created them, these people that are supposed to keep track and maintain all fluxes in time, you'd think they'd make them a little more competent than what we've seen so far. Because I was discussing with a friend before, it's like, how the hell are these guys making these kind of mistakes if they've been doing this for, like, eons? Like, they should be good at their job by now. They should know in and out what happens, you know, in certain scenarios. But we've seen them, like, pretty much butt fumble our way through, like, you know, all of the last episode we watched. So now this makes sense. So I'm guessing they're all on like a learning curve or something. They're just things that they probably haven't been around long enough to experience. But now I have a big question. Mobius himself, is he a variant?
I feel like he's gotta be.
I mean, they kind of tip off that he is, given that he has an interest in jet skis, which, you know, gotta admit is a bit unusual, because I always thought it weird that, you know, what was that one guy, Casey? Like, never knew what fish was. But if they're all variants, that means he obviously lived a life before, which meant he might have been exposed to fish, assuming it was Earth that he's from. And yet, Mobius knows all about jet skis, you know, an aquatic vehicle. I have a theory, and it's been nagging at the back of my head, like, it kind of doesn't make sense, but it's been there. What if Mobius is the only non-variant there, and that's because he's one of the timekeepers?
I would like to subscribe to your newsletter.
Like I said, I don't have much to go on. Like, I think the first thing that kind of gave me the thought was when they show the statues of the timekeepers, and one of them I noticed had like a crooked face, or at least a crooked nose or something. And I am thinking, like, did they make a giant statue of Owen Wilson? What the hell? That makes no sense. But then as the more I thought about it, I'm like, wait, what if he's actually a timekeeper in disguise? Like, he mentions how he never met them before, but then again, he's lied about everyone being a variant, so obviously he's a proven liar.
But he also knows all about Loki, and I feel like nobody else in the TVA seems to have any sort of, like, obsession of any kind, or, you know, really talks about anything. Granted, we don't really know many of them.
That's probably why he, like, it adds the theory that he indeed is, like, you know, not like everyone else, because if he were a variant, he'd already be aware of a lot of this stuff. It wouldn't matter to him, because, you know, he's seen things and whatever. But the fact that he's so obsessed with certain things, you know, most people who do that, it's usually because they've never had the chance to, like, encounter them up close.
And the fact that he's got so much pull, like he was even able to get Loki this position. Yeah, no, I am very suspicious of Owen Wilson's, of Mobius now.
Another question I have, and I've just thought of, like, if they're all variants, does that mean that their minds have been wiped of their past lives? Because Sylvie mentioned that for that one TVA agent, she had to, like, dig deep into her memories just to find something to insert herself into in order to access her mind.
I guess maybe they have to, just to, you know, keep them from trying to escape.
That would make sense, because, I mean, they said variants come in, you know, different degrees. Like, some intentionally try to, like, destroy the timeline, whereas others do it accidentally, even by the smallest action, like missing work or something. So, obviously, they're going to be as confused as Loki was being brought in, but, you know, given how their crime isn't all that severe, probably just had their memories erased and were repurposed into, like, you know, office workers who just, again, know nothing of their lives other than, you know, what goes on in the TVA and so on and so forth. Which really makes this place kind of dark when you think about it.
Oh, very much so.
Because, like, I thought it was, like, just a generic, like, timekeeping place or whatever, like the DMV, but now that they are actually employing kidnapped people throughout time, like, that's really disconcerting.
I mean, honestly, from the jump where we see a junk drawer just full of Infinity Stones, that's already raised enough red flags.
Like, I know that, you know, it is predestined that certain people are to get the time stones in order to use them properly and whatnot, but I just wonder, like, what scenario could they have been in where it was so bad the TVA had to, like, intervene in terms of time stones? Because, like, Thanos went as bad as you could possibly go with those stones, yet that was predetermined. So what the fuck did the rest of them who stole the time stones actually do to, like, warrant intervention?
Maybe they didn't. Maybe some of them didn't do anything and they were just drafted.
I mean, I know you can accidentally acquire an Infinity Stone. I mean, look what happened to Natalie Portman's character. How she got imbued with, like, the, what was it called? The Ember?
The Aether.
The Aether, yeah. So I know that shit can happen. It's just, I don't know, just kind of weird to me that something of like, time-breaking level happened with the stones enough times for them to accumulate that many in the office. God, there's so many questions. And it sucks because that wasn't the focus of this episode. The focus was Loki and Sylvie, which I admit I did like and very much enjoy. I do like Sylvie. Like I said, she's badass. She doesn't take any shit from anyone, even her, otherworld self. She always keeps her mind on the task at hand, and she's pretty sneaky, and she even has a sense of humor. So, I really do like her. And it's nice seeing her kind of bounce off the other Loki, who's like a lot more unconcerned and chaotic and just goes with the flow.
Can we talk about the fight choreography in this episode?
The fight choreography was amazing in this. Yo, she kicks so much ass. Yeah. Like, holy shit, girl, you don't need magic. You can just, like, fucking break your way through, like, all the guards at once on your own power.
It's nice when, the camera isn't just shaking and we can actually see everything that's going on.
Oh my god, the camera work in this was great.
They had a freaking single shot.
Yeah, for the final part, it was just one long continuous shot for like almost 5 minutes. Like, that was impressive. And, like, to do all that in CGI with everything blowing up around them and people running back and forth, like, holy shit. Mm-hmm. It's like, when did the quality go up in this? Like, whatever crew was on this, kudos to you. Mm-hmm. I still say the music kind of sucks. Although it was a little better than it's been, I admit. At least the beginning song was catchy. Yeah. And the ending was, like, not as awful as the others have been. So now the question is, in terms of Sylvie's background, because as we can plainly see, her background's a lot different than Loki's. I mean, maybe not too different, but different enough.
Different enough that she barely remembers her mother.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's one thing she didn't actually confirm for us, at least I don't think she did, that she was raised by Odin and Frigga.
Well, she said she was adopted.
Well, yeah, she was adopted just like Loki was adopted, but she didn't say she was adopted by Odin or Frigga.
That is true.
And I'm thinking that's maybe not the case because, Frigga, technically now in this Loki's timeline, she's still alive. So I'm wondering, either Frigga must have died in an unexpected death early on in Sylvie's life, or she has different parents and the mother just happened to die early. I'm guessing she was, just raised either by a father figure or someone like that. But she also doesn't, mention, Thor or Asgard or anything else. So I'm guessing her life might be completely different. I don't even think she's a god. Because again, the only powers we really see her innately have is her enchanting magic where she, touches people and she can possess them and whatnot. But she doesn't have the same abilities that Loki does, which he was taught to him by Frigga. There's a lot of intrigue with this backstory, and I am really chewing at the bits to know about it. Because, what the fuck happened to her past that, first of all, made her really bitter, especially toward herself, if she is indeed a variant of Loki. And, what drove her to want to basically destroy all of time, or at least cause so much chaos that, they can't recover from it. It's like, holy shit, man. It was interesting watching Loki, talk about his mother like that, because I know that he always, favored her over his father, same way she favored him over Thor, which makes sense. Mm-hmm. And, it was nice to hear him, say how she taught him all these little tricks and stuff, how she always believed in him, even when no one did. Which, it's a shame that wasn't enough to prevent him from turning the way he did, but it was still really sweet nonetheless. Interesting they talked about, potential romantic partners, too. It's so, did you, any princesses or princes? Mm-hmm. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
You see yourself in it. I feel like Loki is that kind of narcissist that would
fuck himself.
Exactly. So, yeah.
I mean, you can kind of feel the tension between them in that regard. Especially when they got up close, I'm like, are they gonna kiss?
Mm-hmm. Maybe we should kiss just to break the tension.
I can see it happening, and it's a weird ship for me to want to happen, but...
I mean, it was before that, I was kind of thinking Loki might be gay. I guess maybe he might be bi, possibly. But now, seeing him interacting with basically himself in a, different pronoun, it's he could love nobody but himself.
Yeah.
Even if it is a variation of himself.
I mean, it makes sense. But then again, look at some of the most famous, cartoon couples in history, how they basically look like each other and act like each other. Think Mickey and Minnie Mouse. There are characters out there that basically will not be with anyone else unless they're, a vagina version of themselves or a penis version of themselves or whatever. Just a copy of themselves. I'm just gonna say it now, I ship it. Again, it's a weird ship, but I've seen ships like that before, and I don't give a damn. I watch fucking Game of Thrones. At this point, anything goes for me.
Now I'm just thinking of Futurama Bender's Big Score, where that one alien goes back in time and gets in a relationship with itself.
Which one was that?
That was Bender's Big Score. That was the naked aliens that
yeah, those freaking things. Ew.
Yeah.
Ugh. I hated those things.
Yeah.
That's probably why I pushed them out of my mind. Now the big question is, how the fuck are they gonna get off this planet? I feel like what's gonna happen is, like I said, the TVA is gonna find out where they are and rescue them at the last minute so they don't die. They're gonna take Sylvie into custody, probably Loki too, again, he did ditch them. And I have a feeling this is where we're gonna blow the lid off of what is actually going on in the TVA. Because obviously Loki's gonna have questions.
Yep.
And we know Mobius is a liar, so it's gonna be an interesting, like, song and dance to see how the hell he tries to get around that, or how everything's gonna be magically revealed. Because it's probably going to be one of those situations where, you know, it's the bad guy who's yelling the truth, and the good guys are like, oh, don't listen to them, you know, they're bad guys, they're lying, but you know that what's really going on.
Jeez, like, it's Invincible all over again.
Oy vey, hopefully with a lot less blood. Well, either way, I look forward to it, but still, damn this show for leaving on a cliffhanger like that. Now I'm getting, like, friggin' WandaVision flashbacks all over again.
Please stand by.
No! I don't wanna!
Mobius is actually Morpheus!
And this is all the Matrix and nothing is real. Nothing matters!
And he killed Sparky, too.
That bastard. But until next time, when we see the epic conclusion of whether or not they make it off this planet, I'm Kat MacBerrie.
I'm Doug MacBerrie.
And baby, you're a firework. Come on,
That's no moon.
No, that's a planet.